Last episode, I talked about chord extensions. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about modes. Modes are one of the more confusing things I came across when learning jazz guitar. I'd hear people say things like, oh, play a Dorian on the 2nd, or play a Mixolydian on the 5th. And I started to honestly think, oh man, here I go, having to learn new scales, and 7 new scales. Recently, I posted a short of me playing all the modes over the same root note. And the point behind that was to show people the difference in the colours and the difference in the modes. But it really left a question, and a lot of people were asking, so where do modes actually come from? And how do you use them over real chords? And that's what I'm going to cover in this episode. So let's start with the C major scale. 7 notes, right? Now here's something quite important. The C major scale isn't just the notes, but it also gives us chords and those modes. So if I play all of the chords in the C major scale, going through the majors and minors, you're going to have major, minor, minor, major, dominant, minor, half diminished, and then back to the C major again. So those are what they call the diatonic 7th chords, and that was in C major. But each of those chords actually has a corresponding mode if you play the C major scale starting on that root note of that chord. So Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, and then back to Ionian again. So if you notice, actually, I was playing all of the standard notes of the C major scale, so none of the notes actually changed. So what is the difference? So let's look at a common chord progression. In jazz, that's the 2-5-1. So if we're playing in C major, it's going to be the D minor 7, G7, and C major 7. And if we looked at that as far as modes are concerned, that's the D Dorian, the G Mixolydian, and the C Ionian. So let's connect them together into a single lick. Notice how I'm still using all the notes in the C major scale. I'm not playing any new notes. That's not what modes will do. It just helps you highlight the current chord you're on and give them the right color and flavor. So let's listen to 2 examples over that chord progression. One with that lick and one just playing generic notes from the C major scale. So hopefully you noticed in the modal playing that the sounds were a lot more connected to the harmony. The notes didn't change as much, but they were more targeting specific notes around those chords. So the way I think about modes now are a lot more simpler than when I started. Pretty much modes come from inside a key. So like before where I played the C major scale. Modes help us navigate through a progression. They help us understand which notes to play around certain chords and which are the nice colors to add around that. Modes only work well when you play them on the right chords. Different progressions will require different modal choices. So for years, I used to think of modes as 7 completely different scales that I'd have to sit down and memorize. But really, when you start thinking about it, it's just an extension and playing around those certain chords and certain notes in a scale. What really helped me finally understand modes was hearing the relationships between the starting note and those colours around it and the chords you're playing. In this episode, we've connected the scales to the chords through modes. Next episode, we're going to start looking into more about playing the changes and actually understanding how to improvise and play around those modes and how to make those solos and improvisation feel a lot more like the harmony is moving through that chord progression rather than you just stumbling trying to connect different scales and modes together. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. Write a comment below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts on modes are, where you like to use them, what your favorite modes are to use. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. See you guys next time.